Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie and today I'm here with a project that is just a brand new kind of concept to me and I'm really excited to embark on, and thought that I would share kind of a unboxing and launch kind of video here with you guys, and that is going to be a stitch along. But I'm going to do it as a diamond painting. So if you've been around my channel a little bit, you've seen that I have done a few projects, and I'm in the midst of a big one actually where I'm turning a cross stitch pattern into a diamond painting. It really just opens up a whole world of possibilities as far as artwork goes, and is a fun challenge to undertake. I have a playlist if you want to take a look at those projects, but I have always been really intrigued by the concept of a stitch along and thought it would be really cool to do as a diamond painting. I've done one that was kind of similar, but this is just really unique in exactly what kind of project that it is. And so if you didn't know what a stitch along is, especially if it's a mystery stitch along, is that there's a pattern that is released to you gradually over a period of time. In the case of this project, it's going to be released over the course of September 2024 to April 2025. I believe it's split into 8 parts, one each month. And while we have a sense for what the theme is, like the vibe, which this is not the pattern, this or the image, this is just a sense for, I think, the sort of theme and feel of the artwork, but it's going to be revealed to us over time. I actually sent a message over to the pattern creator, the artist and shop owner, just double checking, like letting her know that I was thinking about turning this into a diamond painting and asking if she would be okay with sharing, like, does this have any specialty stitches or back stitches that wouldn't translate to diamond painting form? She was so sweet and said, like, oh, I've diamond painted before, and said, no, this is actually, she tries to keep it really simple and it should translate, you know, pretty easily one-to-one. So the owner and the artist is Flossy Fox Shop. I'll link to their Instagram, of course, and their Etsy and everything. And I'm really enamored with their artwork. There's lots of really cute dragons and a lot of times foxes, which are some like top 2 favorite things. And there's like fun like gaming elements and stuff. And I've loved seeing the various artwork that she's created and turned into cross stitch projects. And when I saw that she was starting this stitch along, I thought, this would be so fun to do. So I'm gonna definitely give it a try. I ended up ordering, this is the art bundle that was available a month or 2 ago. I didn't see it still in the Etsy shop. I was just checking. I didn't see it. I don't know if she'll be still selling the materials, sorry, not the materials, but the art bundle at some point. But we're going to look at that. Then I have the drills and the blank canvas from Jada Gem Shop. I ended up just sending the stats over to Jada Gem Shop and she did the work for me. And we're going to take a look at all of that today. Just to give you a little bit more information, if you were maybe wanting to join me in doing this stitch along, diamond paint along, I really like the simplicity of sending it over to Jada Gem Shop, and she does the math on what canvas I need. She looks at the floss usage chart, like this, and she's like, she gets all the drills that I need and everything, converts colors like DMC 35, which doesn't exist as a diamond DMC color. And she does all that work for me and gives me extras. So that is this, and it's 215 by 148 stitches. And if you divide each of those numbers by 4, it'll give you the size in centimeters. The one thing to note with this is that it's not what's called a full coverage piece. When you're talking about cross stitch, a full coverage piece is a piece where, I mean, it's kind of like a full diamond painting. There's stitches that cover the whole part of the like fabric basically, but in this one, there's spaces in between the stitches where if you were stitching on fabric, you would see the fabric, and she gives some color recommendations for different colors of fabric that would look good as the background. So how I translated that to diamond painting form is I looked at some of these color swatches that she provides on the Etsy listing, and also looked at the recommendations that she gives here. And I decided to go with a dark gray background for mine, and Jade, you know, did the math and got all of that I needed to. So let's see, I really want to start getting into this stuff so I'm not boring you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the information that's in the listing in a little bit in case you were curious, but let's open up this art bundle first. And then I'll tell you at least a little bit more about some of the information. Like for example, the theming behind this one, she said, the Night of the Frost Dragon stitch along is a mystery stitch along that will bring a cozy scene to life over the course of 8 months. Be ready for a magical adventure filled with fun colors and quirky characters. This stitch along was inspired by my love of adventure stories, video games, cute and cozy things, and dragons. And I mean, come on, does anyone else hear that and immediately go, check, check, check? This is all, these are all things that sound like something that I would love in terms of artwork. So that's what's on the Etsy listing for the actual stitch along if you wanted to go pick it up. I think you can pick it up at any time. Like, you don't have to pick it up before September 10th when the first drop will go out. I think you can join in on it at any time and still be able to like catch up. So, okay, let me make sure my invoice isn't, okay. So again, this was the art bundle and just has some fun like themed goodies. Okay, so, oh my gosh, that is the cutest business card logo. There we go. And it came with, you could pick a cover minder. There were a few different themes, a few different colors. I was like, I use cover minders with diamond painting. And so I have this mint chocolate chip cat. And cover minders have magnets on them. Stitchers use them to hold, they call them needle minders, and use them to hold like needles on the fabric safely. And diamond painters can use this to hold back the plastic cover while they're diamond painting. And look, you guys, it came with washi tape. And I was like, how fun is it that so many elements of this are completely usable when it comes to diamond painting too? So 2 rolls of washi tape. I think this one in particular is really gonna suit the vibe of this artwork. I don't know if I'm going to use it for a border though, or if I'm just going to save it because it's so pretty. And this dragon washi is to die for. Oh my gosh. I love that so much. And then there's this little art pack. Oh my gosh, look at the little holographic effect. Again, you guys, this is not, ooh, there's stickers in there too. This is not the image that's going to be created from the stitch along. We don't know what the actual image is going to be. We have hints that she's given us and we have vibes. So just again, be aware, this is not what the image is gonna be, but we get this really beautiful print anyway, backing. And then some sticker sheets. Again, I think this is one sticker sheet, I'm sorry. This I think is just the vibes of the piece. I adore it. Pixelated, like, yeah, gamer vibes, cozy, dragons and foxes. I'm in my happy place right now. And look at Black Cat. I love that the stickers are even like at 8-bit and pixel art. So cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I love a mystery. I love that we get a really good sense for what the vibes of this piece are going to be. So I'm pretty optimistic that I'm going to enjoy how it is going to work out. I really appreciate how responsive the shop owner was to let me know that, yeah, this should work as a diamond painting and that's a cool idea. But I was nervous. I thought, well, I'm afraid that if I get this as a diamond painting and it's a mystery and I don't necessarily know what the stitches and stuff are going to be, what if I get into it and there's backstitching or something like that? And backstitching is when you're basically like creating lines and stuff with floss and you can't really duplicate that with diamonds. I'm like, draw with a Sharpie on top of the diamonds? No. But I'm so excited for this and I get to spread it out over several months too, which is really fun. So that was the art bundle. This is going to be the materials that I got from Jaded Gem Shop. So blank canvas and drills. There's not any image on the end, obviously. And Jaded Gem Shop's price points are higher. I'm not going to lie. You can get these materials for a little bit cheaper if you're willing to do the work yourself, to do like the math and figure out how to do that whole process yourself. You know what? I've done it with other projects before. It's absolutely doable. But for something like this, which is a little bit smaller scale, I thought, let me go ahead and just have her do the work for me, especially with the math of figuring out how many drills I was going to need for the background. That's what I was a little bit nervous about. So let's see what we have here. Okay. So here's my blank canvas. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I still got a sticker sheet and this is release paper. Okay, so if I take a look, let me see. This should match up with what my color counts are. So like, okay. I'm guessing that, yeah, so I'm guessing 915 is the closest color match to 35. So you have 414, 310, 148, 433, 823, and then 3799, that's the dark gray color I decided to go with for the background. So that's why there's 13,000 of that one. Let me unroll this. So these are sticker labels, by the way. And so when I take the drills and put them into storage containers, I'm gonna put these sticker labels on there so that, was gonna say there's no symbols on them, but that's because I'm gonna be reading the symbols off of the actual pattern. Now I'm gonna be using the Pattern Keeper app on my Amazon Fire tablet. I've shared like what that looks like in various videos that I have done here with other cross stitch conversion projects. And so I'll link to that playlist for if you want to take a look at that. So these blank canvases from Jada Gem Shop, they have this numbered grid on them. I think Jade was actually the one that originally came up with this. Now a lot of shops do it. So, okay, it says, interesting. It says start here. Nice. And then it's gridded out, like it says the numbers 1 through 10 on it. So you've got like the 10 by 10 square. That I am really interested to work with. I've never worked on a kit that has it gridded out quite like this. I'm curious to see if I'm gonna find it to be distracting or if I'm gonna like it. But the overall size on this, you can see, especially compared to some other conversions I've done, isn't that big. It's 53.75 by 37 centimeters. And so it's 215 stitches wide and then 148 stitches tall. So ultimately, like, you can either look at it by the stitches size or like Jade did the math and converted it into centimeters. So I have this, and the way that this is going to work is if you look at the Etsy listing, I'm going to pop this image up on the screen since this is part of the public facing listing. I'm not giving anything away from purchasing, but she has this picture on the listing of what the sort of map is going to look like as far as the different parts of the image and how we're going to be working on it. So we are actually going to start up here in the top left corner, and I'm so intrigued. I don't know how this is going to look as far as what the chart exactly is going to look like when it is sent out. It's sent out by email. It looks like maybe on the 10th of each month, but I'll be keeping you guys posted along the way for sure, because I want to be able to share what it's like to work on a stitch along, something that it's like I just work on a little bit at a time. But that's the information that we're given as far as the map goes. And she also, in that same listing, puts up what the different parts, the different drops, what the themes are going to be. So for example, it says like part 1, the honorary dragon, part 2, the merchant, part 3, the guardian, part 4, the druid and the dragon, part 5, traveler's rest, part 6, the wizard, part 7, the crystal gremlins, and part 8, the bard. Absolutely gamer vibes. So I'm really, really, really intrigued to see what this is going to look like. But so that's the information that's on there, and I'll talk a little bit more about background colors once we start looking at these diamonds. As far as the canvas and everything goes, just a really quick recap. I have done a number of Jada Gem Shop kits before, including a cross-stitch conversion that had materials from them. They just hadn't done the numbered grid on it yet. And I have no complaints about their materials. The canvases are great to work with. The glue is really sticky. It's just overall really top-notch quality, so no complaints here. Also, don't have any complaints about their drills. Occasionally I'll get a color that has a lot of trash in it, and I'll let her know, like, hey, this color was really bad in this kit. Like, just let your manufacturer know, or at least you know. So if you're hearing from multiple people about this, then like, yeah, go bug your manufacturer or something, or do whatever you're supposed to as a small shop owner. But that being said, here's our color spread. And this color spread, you can also see in the listing because she does these kind of swatches so that you get a sense for, okay, here's what the colors are going to be. And here's how it looks against various backgrounds. And so for example, if you look, this dark gray is my background color. You can kind of get a sense for these colors. I'm hoping they're gonna pop against the dark gray. So I'll put up a picture of some of the color swatches that are on the Etsy listing for this. Again, public facing, so I'm not giving anything away. If you didn't know, like if you're just a diamond painter, not really a stitcher, and you might not be aware of this, but you are not supposed to actually share the pattern itself publicly in any way or with anyone else. It's just yours since you purchased it. This is my understanding of it. And so you're not going to see me showing the actual pattern at all here, but I think my understanding is that like showing you the colors and showing you the themes and what's public, what she's put, the artist has posted publicly on her Etsy shop is all totally fine and above board, as long as I'm not, again, sharing the patterns. So here's some of these colors. And the way that Jada Gem Shop's drills are is they come in these heat sealed bags, and sometimes there will be multiple strands. So for example, or even multiple sizes of strands. So we have this strand of 959, that's these little baggies. There may very well be some more baggies in there that are this larger size baggie in this same DMC code. So you just want to be aware. I tend to just pull out all the bags and sort them all by DMC number, so that way I'm not risking missing any. But this is square drills, of course. You could technically get this with round drills, but if you get round drills, just by nature, if I'm putting round drills on a blank canvas, the drill doesn't cover up the whole drill field. So you're going to see that bits of white showing around every single drill. And I rather have the kind of nice completed effect of squares. So I love some of the really beautiful jewel tones in this kit, and imagining these colors against that dark gray that I chose for my background color, I think it's going to be really, really striking. A lot of the colors she did recommend are darker colors. So she said I think some pastels she said could work too. So this should be not just the drills for the first drop. This should be the drills for the whole project. She tells you what colors you're going to need, like the floss usage chart and the color list up front. That way you can go ahead and get all of your materials, and you're not having to go out and buy, more materials every time there's a drop every month. This is my background color, 3799. And so I'm hoping that I can go into the chart on Pattern Keeper, and I'm assuming that the chart that the artist sends out, the shop sends out, is going to be just have blank squares where the background color would be, which is where the fabric would be on a cross stitch project. So I'm hoping I can select that almost as a symbol, and that way I'll be able to track my progress with placing these easily. I'll work around it if not, but I'm kind of a novice still when it comes to Pattern Keeper, and so I will be I'll be learning as I go, as I always have been with my cross-stitch conversion projects, and I'll share my learnings with you along the way. But yeah, there's kind of a sense for, I didn't spread it out very prettily, but that's the general sense for the color palette of this one. And if you look at this artwork and, what's been sent out with the art bundle, it feels like it is very, very similar. And so I feel like if you enjoy the vibe of this artwork and how the artist has described this theme and this mystery stitch along. And also, if you go and take a look at the artist's Instagram and see the many different pieces that they've created, I think that's going to hopefully give you a good sense for if this is artwork that you would enjoy working on. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. As I'm filming this, it's the end of August, and so the first drop hasn't happened yet. If you were to go to the listing for the stitch along, I believe it's listed as, it's listed right now as a pre-order. And if you get the pre-order, it includes a bonus pattern for some little sticker type things. How do they call it? Let me look. I've got my computer over here. Oh, it's a bonus pattern, and it's these cute little, it's actually some of these, but it's the pattern for it so you could stitch it. And so I did get that. The price of it, so the full price on Etsy is $20, and that's for the whole stitch along, the pattern. It does not include the materials. It does not include the art bundle. It just is the pattern that's going to come out in these monthly drops. I believe it looks like it's the 10th of each month. You will have to go and source your materials elsewhere, whether you're doing it as a diamond painting or as a cross stitch project. If you're wanting to join me, if you watch this and you're like, yeah, I want to do this as a diamond painting. I want to turn this stitch along pattern into a diamond painting. What do I do next? Okay, so here's what you want to do. You will want to go over to this Etsy listing specifically for the pre-order for the Night of the Frost Dragon stitch along, and purchase that listing. And then you can get the materials yourself, whether you are doing the math and sourcing them from a shop like, Evermoment, or if you just don't want to have to do that work and outsource it. There are a few different small shops that offer services that will do that for you. In my case, it was Jaded Gem Shop. Since she's already done this for me, Jaded Gem Shop probably already has this information. If not, you can just send her a copy of the PDF that has like the size here and the floss usage chart. This is not information that is a problem to share. And she can do the math for you like she did for me. And it might take a little bit of time to get the materials because it's all made to order. And so there might be a little bit of a turnaround time. You probably wouldn't have it in time for the very first drop, but it's not like that pattern goes away after the first month is over. Like if you buy this stitch along, you get the whole pattern no matter when you buy it. That is my understanding. I hope that I'm not like speaking about that weird, but that's how I've seen it work for other stitch alongs in the past that I've watched other people work on. And it really is the only thing that like makes sense. So, but I will add any updates that I have. If I need to correct anything that I've said, I'll either add it to as a pinned comment to this video or in the description box. So again, just disclaimer that this is something that is new to me. I've never done a traditional stitch along before. I've done some like mystery cross stitch conversions, but it was created by a diamond painting company as only a diamond painting project, and that was different. This just looks different. The whole process of how you get the pattern each month, that's all new to me. So I promise I will share any learnings and insight that I have as I go along. I also want to invite any of you that are seasoned cross stitchers, or even if you've done a diamond painting that is a cross stitch pattern stitch along, if you have tips to share in the comments, or if you want to kind of like correct anything that I've said, you're more than welcome to. Please feel free to leave a comment on this video, and hopefully others and myself will find it helpful. That being said, I think that's it as far as what I have to share about this project with you. But I'm really darn excited. Again, this is running. The first drop is going to be on September 2024, and there's going to be monthly drops through April 2025. It's going to come in 8 parts, and my goal is to work on each part in like the month that it drops and share updates with you. You'll see updates in my month in review videos. I'm sure I'll share it there. I don't know if I'll need to figure out etiquette, like because this is technically a mystery stitch along, I think I'll need to put it behind a spoiler warning. So I'll make sure that I look into that because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I'll look into that and I'll try to keep you guys posted. And yeah, if you know about the etiquette for mystery stitch alongs, leave that in a comment below and I will definitely really appreciate that. So yeah, subscribe if you want to follow along with this project. I would love to have you here. I try to do a variety of different kinds of diamond painting projects here and try out new things so that I can share that with you and maybe open up some doors for fun new kinds of projects to do. I feel like if you are wanting to try, if it's not this stitch along and it's a different one, I would maybe try to find out if it has any specialty stitches or back stitching or anything like that so that you aren't ending up with a cross stitch pattern that just isn't going to translate into a diamond painting well, or is even possible to in some ways. But yeah, I love trying new things here on my channel. So please subscribe if that sounds fun to you. I also do a lot of unboxings and reviews and tutorials and whatnot. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you have a day and a week that's as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.